I have two lovely gentlemen with me, one via Skype, as you can see, on our screens, and live with me here in the studio. It's the one and only, one of Trinidad's and Tobago best keyboardists in the gospel circles, Mr. Kevin Atherton. Yes,
Thank you.
I had to give you that. I had to give you that little thing. Okay, but we are here to discuss Judah Fest that is coming up on October the 8th to the 10th, 2015. And as I said, I have with me here two gentlemen, and they are going to tell us about Judah Fest, what Judah Fest is all about. With me in studio is Kevin Atherton, and he is the organizer and president of CMAC, which is a Caribbean Musician Artist Conference. And I have him here with me, and via Skype I have with me Mr.
PJ
Morgan, and he's the musical director at Reed Temple in Washington, D.C. Good morning to you, Mr. Morgan.
Good morning to you.
And how is it out there in Washington?
Oh, it's nice. The weather is really, really nice out here. It's about 70, 75 degrees.
Okay, and that's good. So as I said, we are here to discuss Judah Fest. So let me just start off with Kevin first, and Kevin, Judah Fest and the Caribbean Musician Artist with Conference, right? What is this all about?
Well, we've all heard about worship conferences and dance conferences, and they more or less pay less time to musicians and singers and writers and producers. This is what this conference is mainly about. We have a lot of talent in the island, in the Caribbean, and PJ Morgan, we met a couple years ago when he came to our church worship conference.
Okay.
And
right.
I had just saw a video of him playing some chops online, and when he called just to meet, I was like, nah, the PJ Morgan is on the phone. Yeah, I'm cool. It's just PJ Morgan, and his spirit is very humble, although he is, as what his friends say in Washington, he is the governor of Washington, because he's known for that.
Okay.
For his music and for his talent and his ability. He is one of the most humblest people I know.
Okay, and let me go to Mr. Morgan, PJ, if I should call you. PJ, what would be your role at Judah Fest?
Well, I'm one of the main speakers at Judah Fest, and what my role is to minister to musicians and to help them with their craft and with their artistry, with their business, and spiritually, so they can be better musicians and make the most out of the gifts that God has given them.
Okay, so you would be one of the facilitators, and we'll be looking at
He is the lead facilitator.
The lead facilitator at Judah Fest that would be taking place on October the 8th to the 10th. Can any of one of you all tell me what it is, what would be the content of Judah Fest? What would you all be
okay, so
doing?
on the first night of Judah Fest, which will be Thursday night, the 8th, we have a cocktail reception and a gala launch where we would meet and greet all the musicians on the island. Would be there, singers, songwriters, producers. The conference guests are also going to be there. They're going to be mingling a little bit, and then we're going to have a live theatrical with lighting designs and videography, where we introduce Mr. Morgan on keys and organ. We're going to also introduce Mr. Sherry Reed on bass, and Mr. Jay Williams, who's also a band member with PJ at Reed Temple. He also plays for Jonathan Butler. So they're all going to be introduced. They're going to jam for 30 to 45 minutes, and we're going to open the conference on Thursday night. Friday we have day sessions dealing with musicianship. How should your spirit be in the kingdom? Now this is all about musicians who have been given back for over the year to come and get refreshed by seasoned musicians like PJ and his team coming in, so that they would be refreshed for more work afterwards.
Okay. My question to you, as you said that, um, so would this be for let me say musicians who are just beginners, or is it for more advanced
It's for everybody.
people who
Oh,
It's for
everybody.
advanced? Okay.
PJ?
Yeah, it's for everybody. Everybody. Everybody has a level where they can improve. Everybody has a level where they can be better. So this conference is for every musician, the one that's just starting. And sometimes I don't know how it is in Trinidad. Sometimes you have different levels of musician, and it's almost like a caste system. And we want to kind of
Yeah.
break that down. We want all of us to mingle and to fellowship and to learn and to share.
Yes, and that is so true. Yeah, and I mean, as a musician myself, you actually see sometimes it could be like a caste system, right? Because you have the more professional musicians, and they're there, and they, stick together.
It seems
Yeah,
like a
and
clique.
exactly, and there is no help for the ones who are novices, and there's no help maybe to get them up to that level, of professionalism. And that's where also you find some churches lack,
Yeah.
yeah, lack that level of professionalism coming across in their worship services. Yeah.
When I was a musician growing up, I was always schooled that uh, excellence is skill plus anointing.
Yeah.
So I always strive to do it the best way
Yes.
and leave the rest up to God. And I've been excellent all these years, and I'm glad to have met Mr. Morgan, and he's a friend of mine. I could say that he's a friend of mine, and we have a good relationship. And he called me, say, Kevin, let's do this. And he didn't have to take time out of his busy schedule to come to Trinidad for us to help empower us, but he's making the time and effort. He's bringing a team with him. So I welcome the entire population, all the musicians, those who want to write, those who sing, those who produce, to please come out and support this event. It's at Mova Open Bible, also known as Church on a Rock. Uh, the cost for the entire thing, the entire package, you have the cocktail reception on Thursday, you have day sessions on Friday from 9:30 to 5, Friday, Saturday as well from 9:30 to 5:30. And what we are planning to do is live stream on Saturday for all the artists. We're doing an artist showcase
Okay.
because we have a lot of talent, and they need but they don't always have the opportunity to fly out to go out.
Yes.
But we're gonna stream live. We're gonna have all their information run on a ticker tape below their performance,
Okay.
so people who are viewing in could see them and get in contact with them. So musicians, singers, bands, get your act together. We are going to be showcasing what we have in Trinidad, and it's going to be a big thing.
Okay. So we are
Did I say the
looking-
cost?
Yes, you said the cost.
The cost is $600 for the entire weekend.
600 TT.
TT.
So that is just $100 US. And let me say quickly, because our time is running out. We just have like 5 minutes again. This is a time for pastors and churches to invest in their musicians.
Yes.
Yeah, so to all pastors out there, invest in your musicians. Okay, so the date is the 9th to the 10th of
8th to the 10th of October.
Okay, the 8th.
8th.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
8th, 9th,
So
and
then,
10th.
Okay, the 8th, 9th, and 10th of October. this year 2015, is there a deadline for registration?
Well, early bird tickets, well, it's until stocks last.
Okay.
If you miss this $600 price and you're late, a lot of Trinidadians like to be late, you're going to end up paying $1,000 for the entire weekend. And this cut-off
Alright.
period is going to start from Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to run until the 21st of September.
Right.
We may have tickets left over at $600. If we don't have, we will print more. However, register early so you will always have the $600 price because you registered early.
All right. Now let's look quickly at some of the facilitators that would be a part of Judah Fest.
Well, I could ask PJ to talk a little more about Sheree Reed and Jay Williams as he knows them.
Wow. These are some amazing people that we have coming to Trinidad. I met Sheree Reed. We were doing a record for an artist by the name of Marette Brown Clark. And we both did the record and we were friends there. But Sheree plays for just about everybody. I don't know if he's on the road right now. He just finished his CD, but he's on the road with a young man by the name of Corey Henry right now. These resumes are just too long to even start to mention. Jay Williams, as we said, he plays for Jonathan Butler. He plays for Will Down. He plays for just almost everybody you can name in the business he plays for. So, I mean, these are great musicians. You can look them up on YouTube. You can look them up anywhere. We'll start sending clips of what kind of things that they do.
Or you could check them out on our page, Caribbean Musicians and Artists artist.com, Facebook / all of that stuff. Check us out on Facebook. All the clips are there.
Okay.
We also have one Audrey Gray from London. She's one of the industry professionals. She worked in Trinidad in COT for a couple years. She is back in London doing artist development over there, and she's gonna be here.
Right, and I know that Audrey, she is a great person. I think she have managed a lot of artists right here in Trinidad and Tobago and even in the Caribbean. Yeah, and in terms of vocals and things like that. So,
Great
I know
person.
Audrey Gray is really a tremendous person to have, on this theme.
And she knows her stuff.
Right, and then we have...
That's Jay Williams. He just
Jay
spoke about
Williams.
Jay Williams.
Okay, Jay Williams. Okay, so these are the 4 facilitators we have here for Judah Fest, right? That is taking place again on the
8th to 10th October 2015.
2015. So again, you do not want to miss this, okay? Those of you all, come on, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself as a musician. And I think this is open to the Caribbean, right?
Yes.
People in the Caribbean. So come on, you can take a weekend, come over to Trinidad and Tobago.
Once you could come in from the Caribbean, we will try to arrange a nice package deal with the hotels for you. So register early, as we say. You got to do that.
Okay, so you heard it. Okay, so there are things put in place for you.
Yeah.
Alright, so you can come and be a part of Judah Fest being held at Move on Open Bible, or better known as Church on the Rock. Okay, so you can contact Kevin, and Kevin, would you like to give your contacts right now?
You can contact me at 720-1805, or you can email me at Caribbean Musicians and Artists @gmail.com.
Okay, so just again, Caribbean Musicians and Artists @gmail.com, and you can get Kevin there. And your phone numbers again?
720-1805 is my number.
Okay, 720-1805. Those of you all who would like to contact him via telephone outside of Trinidad, you can. You have to put 1868 in front of it, and you will get him. I hope that we can actually come and talk much more about Judah Fest again, coming closer to the
Alright,
date.
yeah, I'll be back.
So it would be great for us to look in on this again.
Mhm.
Alright, so to Mr. PJ Morgan, thank you very much for
Thank you for having
sharing your busy schedule with us, and looking forward to meet you here in Trinidad when you come. So it's a pleasure
Yeah,
having
it'll be
you.
a pleasure.
Yes.
Hey PJ, thanks very much for joining us on Skype, sir.
Oh, thank you all for having me.
Yes, it
All
was
right,
a
God bless.
pleasure. Blessings.
All right.
Okay, and to Kevin, thank you very much for joining us here on HeartLight TV Mid Morning Praise.
It's my pleasure.